Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So this is Alliance War Season 5. It is the 6th war in the season, and we are going up against No Excuses. This alliance is more evenly matched with us than the last alliance that we fought, which was New York City Guardians. That was just nuts. Alright, so I go in here and I'm scouting out my path as I recommend everyone do, and you can see they did not place anyone on that first node, which is a common thing. I'm seeing tech, so I know that my Corvus can get a mission, and I'm seeing mutant, so I'm thinking he can at least get 2 missions here. Cosmic, whatever. And then I look over here and it's Blade. I can actually take Blade with either my Spider-Man Stark Enhanced or Corvus. Either one of them can do that fight without too much difficulty. So I'm going in here with my standard Alliance War attack team of Hyperion for the Poison node, Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, and Corvus for pretty much everything else. Alright, so my first moves were just to use up energy. Since they didn't have a defender on that node, I just used up my energy and then waited until I had more energy, and then I came back and fought. But I also changed my masteries up a little bit, and I unlocked and I got Scouter Lens. Everyone was telling me I should get Scouter Lens, and so I unlocked it, and I did. I'm still not used to it, but you can actually see, if you look a little bit down in, like off to the right here, you'll see that we can now tell their rank and level and all of that. So it actually is quite useful, but I need to make more use of it, but I'm not used to it yet. I just got it. So I need to actually scroll down there so that I can actually see that information that Scouter Lens is giving me. But I'll get it, guys. I'll get it eventually. Hopefully I'll remember for this next war. Alright, so first up we've got Sentinel, and I like fighting Sentinel with Corvus because Corvus's highest damage rotation is a medium, light, medium. Well, when you're fighting Sentinels, you don't want to do 2 consecutive attacks. So you want to do a medium, light, medium, or medium, light, maybe do a special, but you want to mix it up so that they don't build up a lot of those analysis charges. Because if they build them up all the way, it's a bad day. They become so much more difficult to fight. They're much more tanky. I believe they go crit immune or very highly crit resistant, so you're not doing much damage to them at all. It's just a bad day. Alright, so again, I always look at the node just to remind myself, have it fresh in my mind. I take a look at their profile, see if I can get a glimpse of who it might be from their profile. But one of the things that Scouter Lens does, if you have this type of information, you can oftentimes tell which champion it is. They have a list, they have databases. So for example, say I knew this was a Cosmic, and it was a rank 4 level 55 Cosmic. I can see the health and everything, and so I can try to match that up with champions that have that health. And of course, if they're, I don't think boosts work or anything like that. They used to be bugged. But so I should be able to tell what champion it is from their health, their rank, and their level and class. So that's something that will take me a little bit to utilize, to make the most of. Alright, so this node here, this is the power gain, and it's a mutant. So of course I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna boost up because these are the last fights that I'm gonna have on my path. You can see I have maxed out energy, so after I boost up, I'll be able to clear the entire path, no problem. Alright, so again, I look at the nodes just to keep them fresh in my mind, and believe me, I need to do that. Sometimes I'll forget which node I'm on and just get wrecked until I remember. You know, something will happen, you know, like maybe the power gain will kick in and I'll be like, oh wait, oh yeah, that's right, they do have increased power gain on this node. So I like to just, you know, do that last minute look. Alright, so I'm not going with the big boy boost, the 30%. I don't think it's necessary, and because I don't spend money on the game, I don't get those 30% boosts very often. The 20% we get from, I think, the Alliance War event or something like that, and the 10% we get from those combat if you get all of the milestones, which I try to do every time, so I'll have those 10%ers. Alright, so I didn't go crazy on the boosts. I didn't do an invulnerability boost or anything like that because I don't think it was needed. Alright, so I'm actually fighting Deadpool X-Force. So he can be tricky. He can actually wreck you towards the end, but remember, even if he hits me and puts that bleed, Corvus does not take damage from his bleed, so I would actually heal up. So I was actually feeling pretty good about this fight, but I still want to practice fighting him the way I would someone else. Alright, so you see that? I got him down, and then I finished him off. One hit, he didn't even get a chance to get to his L3. So when I'm fighting with someone, other than Corvus even, I try to get him down. I'll bait out his specials so that by the time he reaches that health threshold where he's, you know, gaining all of that power, he starts with, you know, maybe less than a bar of power if I can get him to throw his special. And if I can take him out quickly, even after he gets his L3, then I'll do that. So, in any case, I did not bring Corvus into this fight because I already had his mutant mission done, and so I decided let me not even risk having to deal with an unblockable special one that I could not evade and bring in my Starkey. So I'm just building up poise charges, and once I go in for the attack, you see how much damage. And he did get a chance. He got to his L1. He did get a chance to do one attack, and that's all Starkey would allow him to get. Just crazy damage. So now this next node, this is the last node before the mini boss, and it can be challenging. This is Bane, and if you are not familiar with Bane, this node can be a headache. I usually don't have too much of a problem with Bane nowadays because I got a lot of practice during Act 5. But I remember when I was not familiar with it, it would wreck me. Trying to keep up with the timer was just nuts. But in case you guys didn't know about Bane, the damage that is done is based on how much health they have. Okay, so like right now, we're going up against King Groot, who has a lot of health, which means when that Bane gets on you, if you have not taken down his health quickly, then that Bane is going to be ticking for a lot. And you see it ticked for a little bit, but I got a good Bane transfer. Because again, I'm used to taking this node and I'm used to Bane. Alright, so you see here, I actually played it a little close, but now I have plenty of time, because even if Bane gets on me for a little bit, that little bit of health he has wasn't going to do a whole lot of damage. But Bane didn't stay on me for very long, and like I said, I had some missions under my belt. King Groot Chop, chop. Corvus the Lumberjack. Alright, so next up, we have Blade. And this node, this mini node, is Power Gain. And I believe Unblockable Special 2. Now, you might be really worried about Blade's Special 2 being unblockable. But with very few exceptions, anytime someone has a multi-part special, the first part, you can evade it, but then you can block the second part of it. And I believe I did that in this fight, because I'm not too worried about Blade's Special 2 either. But when I can, I try to bait out his Special 1. Alright, so I'm just fighting him like normal, baiting out his Special 1. And let me see, did I push him? I can't actually remember. You saw me do something there that normally you only do with Nightcrawler, but it works with everybody. Okay, so there you go. See that? So the first part of it, I evaded it, and then I blocked the rest of it. And then here, I wasn't letting him because I don't know how to evade his heavy when I'm in the corner. I can evade one part of it, but I always get hit. So when he got me in the corner and he did his heavy, I evaded the first part and then intercepted the rest of his heavy with my Special 2. And down goes Blade. So once again, we were able to get through our path without a death. Hopefully that will continue. So now we just have to wait and see how we did against this alliance. Now, this war was close. Very, very close. At this point, I have not seen any reason that we can't win this war. Alright, so very neck and neck. All will depend on how, we did in the closing hours. How well we fought, how often we died, all of that. Alright, so we're about to find out in a minute how we did against No Excuses. Time is ticking down. Tick, tick, tick. And any minute now. Boom. And we lost. Kudos to No Excuses. Well fought war. It was very close. But that's going to do it, guys. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.